Hello, hello, hello. It's Anne Lewis, your independent Stamping Up demonstrator, based on the Sunshine Coast here in Queensland, Australia. Sorry, I'm a couple of minutes late. It's been, I've been trying to, I had a card failure, and I don't like card failures, especially when I'm prepping for a live. However, I have made it up and I do have my two projects, and I'll show you the failure so you can see what's actually happened. Tonight I will be showcasing, well, I'll put you down to my desk so that you can see what we're talking about. I'll just take those off for the second. Tonight I am showcasing the Begonia Belle Stamp Set, which is the July product of the month. I'll give you a little bit closer look. So the great thing about it, it's a two-step stamp, even though it doesn't say it is. So it's got these are layered, these leaves are layered. It's got this great background stamp, which I may actually use. I'm not sure. And then it's got these really nice sentiments. Best wishes, you are my sunshine. Thank you for everything you do, and sending lots of happiness your way. Now, so this stamp set is only $9, if you can believe that, with a $125 order. So it's a pretty good deal. And I think our products of the month are getting better and better and better. Last month, the product of the month, which was also a stamp set called the Wild Bunch, sold out and couldn't be ordered after about halfway through the month. And I think this is going to be another one of them because it is absolutely gorgeous. And I've come up with two projects tonight that um, I think will probably make you, well, not make you, there's nothing to make you, that will make you want to have this stamp set. It's what I would call a little old fashioned. Now, not old fashioned in how it stamps or comes together, but in the stamp set because it doesn't come with any dies. And we've Stamping Up are so great because they put dies so we don't have to do any fussy cutting. So these are the two cards I'm going to show you. I will add a sentiment on here. I just ran out of a little bit of time. Now, if you are watching today, just leave a comment in the comments so that I know you're watching and you can see and hear me. Now, interestingly, I'm doing this at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Normally I do it at 7. I'm doing it at 5 o'clock because for those NRL rugby league fans, tonight's the decider in the state of origin. Now, I'm a sports tragic, so I wanted to still do my live, but I also wanted to watch the last state of origin and hopefully and barrack for my team. Now, as I come from Queensland, I'm barracking for Queensland. So sorry, all the New South Wales um, or for those that barrack for New South Wales. I'm not with you tonight, but every other night I'm with you. Now, the projects that we're going to do is this one here. Now, this is simple, and it's so simple, but I think it's actually stunning. And then this one, I've made our own designer series paper. Isn't that amazing? And I've just used the in colors. And I'll show you how I did this because it's using a technique. And I haven't been showing techniques lately. I've been showing our fabulous designer series paper. Rightio, so let's do the what I would call the really easy one, which is this one. Oh, and also, wait a minute, I'll straighten this up so that we I always get this wrong, don't I? I'll just straighten this up so that it looks a little neater and you're not having to kink your neck to keep it straight. So I've used Lost Lagoon, which is one of my favourite colours. I'm coming back to Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon at the moment. And the two colours that go together. Now, I'll show you how I made this. Now, I've tried to avoid using the Big Shot. Well, not the Big Shot, the cut and emboss machine. Now, I'll show you. I've got it all, a lot of it already done. So this is my card base, and my card base is my standard card base. And I try and keep all my lives to a standard card base wherever possible. So it's 8 1/4 by 5 1/2 down there. So let's just check this. As always, if it's been sitting on my desk, it could be any size. And I'm going to score it at 4 1/8. Now, I'm going to show you another trick. You don't see me do this all the time, but quite often I do it when you're not looking. So I'm just, wait a minute, I can't see whether you can see me. I don't. So I'm going to put this so that both edges are right against here, and then it doesn't slip, and it's really easy to get that. Well, that didn't work very well. For someone who said it was going to be really easy, I obviously didn't hold it in place. So this time I'll fix it. Now it's perfect. So this is my card base, and then I've already used the embossing folder, which is this one here, the dotted circles. I'm not sure you can see it. It's a big embossing folder, so it is, I'm pretty sure it's 8 1/2 by 6 1/2. So let's just measure this. 8 1/2 by 6 inches. That's pretty close. Now, what I like about this embossing folder is to see how it gives you that center point of focus of this card. And you're not going to see these first rings, but everything then draws you to the center. So to take advantage of that, I then die cut using the stylish shapes. Now, you've seen me use them just about every week. And in fact, I'm just trying to think where I put them. I put them back. Friday for my joint with Christine. Oh, that's not even them. They look like them. Not sure. It'll turn up on my desk somewhere. Oh, here it is. Stylish shapes. Now, these are looking a little messy after I've used them tonight. So what I like about these is you get the squares. You get these sentiment block little cutouts, die cuts, plus you get the circles. Now I've got to be honest, I use the circles most of all. And I use circles because I like a contrast between either my square shaped or my rectangular shaped card. So that's why the circles come out a fair bit. This is I'm just going to throw that there. I'll bring this card back. And I'll show you how easy this stamp set is to use. Now, I will need to clean it because I didn't think I only just got that second card done at the last minute. And I'll show you how these work. As I said, it's a 2-step stamp. We don't have too many 2-step stamps anymore. Rightio. So I've actually marked on mine dark and light, and you'll understand why I've done that. So my dark is what I would call the smaller stamp. And I call it the dark one because it will have the most colour. See how there's two, I'm hoping you can see how there's kind of a little bit of texture there. This is kind of like our old style distinctive stamps. So much texture. And the texture comes from the actual stamp. So it's a smart stamp. Rightio. So pick the small one, put a D or something on it. You can add a little piece of washi tape or something. And I do that because on this card, I'm doing a lot of stamping. So I don't want to have to keep thinking about it. When I do it like this, it is a lot easier. So I'll grab my Lost Lagoon stamp set. So I've got my circle here. So with the one I've marked dark, which is the smaller one, I'm just going to stamp this in the center of the circle. Now, I am going to use, I've got a couple of options here. I can use a paper piercing mat to do this because this is a photopolymer. It's quite got a lot of detail. So let's give it every chance to succeed. You'll have no trouble with this. So I'm just going to do this in the center of the circle. Now I do give it a little bit of time. Let's come over a little bit of time for that ink to soak into the paper because it's got a lot of detail. Then I'll peel this back. So that's what you get so far. Then I'll pick up the light one. Let's just give myself a little bit of room here. And I've got a scrap piece of paper. I don't want my, obviously something I've been doing on my computer. I don't want to have my grid paper looking like a pigsty. Now, so I've just inked that up and then I'm going to lightly stamp it off. And then I'm going to stamp over this. Now, it's an easy stamp to line up because you can see there's these two, well, I'm hoping you can see. Let's put some paper underneath it. I know. Oh, that doesn't help. But anyway, this piece here and that piece there fills in those pieces there. And then you just need to line up the top here and then it'll be perfect. So you know how I always say at least 3 points when you're lining something up with a stamp? Now, I just need to look over through the camera, which is impossible. Make sure I've got it the best I can. I think that's pretty good. Oh, I moved it at the last minute, but that's okay. Now, this stamp actually, the ink soaks in a little bit and it pales, and you can see the difference in this. Now, I did move it slightly, mainly because I was I'm going to see if I can just bring it back. Oh, don't want to do that. Just a little bit. There might be a little bit of ink left on this stamp. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I don't think there was, but it'll be fine. Now, I'm going to put this onto here. Just going to use multi-purpose glue. Let's get rid of that so you can see what I was doing. Get rid of this so you can see what I'm doing. Now, this is quick and easy, this card, and sometimes that's what we want. But I think it's one of those cards. Just got to get this in the center. Hence why I like the multi-purpose glue, because you've got some wiggle room. Then I'm going to line this up right in the center of those circles. I'm going to use some of my dimensionals to pop that up. As I said, this is such a quick stamp set, card. Now I want to stamp the inside of the card. And whilst I've made this a happy birthday, the first one a happy birthday, I think I'll make the second one a thank you card. I know, so that's about that. And this is my card base. So I want to stamp, I'll show you what I did, that flower on the inside. So let's do it again so you can see what I do. So I'm using the dark. I'm bringing my scrap piece of paper back over, using the dark first. Remember, I want this on the inside. I'm just putting it in the corner, not the entire flower, just a little bit. So stamp the light one up, or part 2, however you want to describe it. Stamp a little bit off and make sure you line it up pretty good. I'm hoping you can see where I'm lining this up. That one's a lot better than the other one. I'll just bring that forward so you can see. So I've just stamped in the corner and that looks lovely. And then let's put this card together. I want to put a little thank you there. Now I've gone to one of my, I don't know, classic stamp sets. And it's called Label Me Bold. So it looks like this. It's quite old, but there's some stamp sets I just cannot get rid of. And this is one of them because you can see on when I use it here that it actually looks really good because it provides a background to the actual stamp. So let's see, I'm going to pick a thank you. I'll get rid of, where is my, here it is. So I'll take away the happy birthday. I might put it inside before I lose it. And replace it with a thank you. I'm going to grab one of the many pieces, many scrap pieces on my table. Now, because it's a solid stamp, even though it's a little stamp, you want to make sure that you ink it up fairly well. You've got a lot of ink on it. And if it doesn't work out the first time, and I rock it a little bit, but not much. Perfect. So there's my little thank you. So isn't that gorgeous? Let's put it in the light. Yep. I think this might be just down a little. Wait a minute. I think my light might be just a little in the wrong place. I don't. So I'm just going to trim this down. Could use my big scissors. I haven't fed the pussycat yet, so I'm expecting a little reminder. So I haven't got any comments yet. So leave some comments. Let me know whether you like this simple card. Do you do much two-step stamping? Rightio. So I can just put this, just drop that down there, pop it up with mini dimensionals. Now, to get mini dimensionals, I just want a little I didn't cut the ends off it. That's not much use. I just cut from the border of the mini dimensionals. Rightio. So this little border here, you can see I've already been there. Don't want too much. It's a nice way of getting a little strip. That's a little too big, so I'll trim it down. Who's watching State of Origin today? Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for leaving a comment. Sometimes if you don't get a comments for a while, you start to worry whether anyone can hear you and see you. Wait a minute. Turn this over. This is an old. Oh, I had a back of this. So you can see I use my scraps. I know. There we go. Yeah, I know. They're not very patient cats. And so let's put that there. Pop this up. Now I think I've got an envelope on my desk, and I think I will decorate it at the same time. I know. I know. Now, as you know, this is still available. This will still be available on replay. So I know the time's not suitable for everyone, but how cute is that now? It's got that really nice stamp on the inside. I've got a envelope here. So let's give that so it matches as well. I'll just put that there. Pull out my Lost Lagoon again, because you know that all looks good if it is tone on tone right through. And the center. All right, this is the light one. As I said, it's so much easier when I've marked them. So I've taken a bit of ink off, finding the matching piece. Actually, I might have taken a bit much ink off there. Let's just do a little bit. Match it up in 3 different places, at least. And look at that. How gorgeous is that now? Rightio. So that stamps, that project is finished, and it didn't take very long at all. But I really like it. Rightio. So let's see. I'm just reading everyone's comments. And I'm going to put the Lost Lagoon out of the way. And I'm going to show you how I did the next one. Hopefully it's sitting, the project is sitting. So I've got that piece there. Had this all cut out somewhere, but it walked off my desk. And so, oh, there's my trimmer. Okay, so again, I'm going to be cutting at, just making sure it's only a single sheet, at 5.5 inches. And that's 8.25 wide. Score at 4 1/8. This is just the card base. So I'm just getting it ready. And I'm going to just fold that in half, push it in there so it doesn't move. Grab a bone folder, and we've got the card base done. I'm going to have this piece. So this is Hydrangea Hue, which is one of the new in colours, and we're going to be cutting that at 3 7/8 by, hopefully this is going to fit in, by 5 1/4. Perfect, already done. So I've done that. Now I just need just make sure this is big enough. I'm going to trim it down anyway. Yep, it's big enough. I'll just cut it down just a smidgen, because I'll trim it once I work out how this is going to come together. All right, so again, I'm going to be using exactly the same stamp sets. This time we're going to be masking, and I'm going to be masking both the leaves and the flowers. Now I've kept this really simple. I'm not trying to make it difficult, so I have Hydrangea Hue, Crisp Cantaloupe. Let's pull one of these out. Crisp Cantaloupe, one of my favourite colours. Let's get that out of the way. Golden Glow, and also Peaceful Pine for the leaves. So where is my stamp? Here's my card here. That card has walked. And you got to. Oh, here it is. So this is what it looks like, and this is what we're making it. Where are we? We're back on track here. So I'm going to show you how to make this. So what I always do is choose my first colour, and I make sure I've got at least one full image when I'm stamping a background paper. And I'm using the crisp cantaloupe, which is unusual for me to pick that as my first colour. Let's make a bit of room. These are the new magnetic ink pads. Righto. So I'm using the dark. I don't want it right in the middle, just a little off centre. Then I'll get light. This time I'll use my ink, my grid paper. And then we'll just quickly so there's one. And I want another couple. I may have to go back and it's my darn, and repeat some of these, because you never know how this is actually going to. Stamp it off, light, line it up. I always take a bit of time there. I like these colour combinations. As I said, these are all the 2026, 28 in colours. Going to clean off my two stamps. Let's throw some hydrangea blue. As I said, it is certainly my favourite colour from the in colours. So again, grab the dark. This is why I have them marked. Now I want these all facing a different direction. I don't want them all looking like I've lined them up. So the light one, stamp it off. Where are we? Wait a minute, I've got to bring this down, sorry, so I can actually see where I am. That's it. Okay. How gorgeous is that colour? So we'll stamp another one of those. Now, I haven't started to, that's the light, haven't started to mask yet because I haven't needed to, but I will pretty soon. Let's put this one upside down. Every one of these will look a little different. So stamp that blue off. Now I turned this one upside down, so you'll probably be able to see. I know. So I've got two. I better put some, I'll clean those up. I better put some golden glow ones on. Whilst they can still fit. Dark first. Where will we put this? Don't want them in a line. I want them a little different places. This is the light. Stamp it off. And I've shifted this around a bit, so I've got to line it up a little different. Oh, I love that. I do. So I'm going to put a little one, probably. Actually, what I'm going to do is I've made a mask. Now, all I've done is grab some low tack paper. You could use a post-it note, and I'm going to stick it over here. Did you hear that, Elizabeth? That would be the pussycat going, I need some attention. I'm just spinning this round till I can get it in the right place. Just, where is this? All right, that's I'll do. And I'm going to put one there. Now, really what I'm going to do here is just protect this. I could have cut out another one, but I'm just going to use the leaf one. So I've got the dark, and we're going to fill this space up here. Maybe putting it like that. I don't want it to go over the blue, so I'm going to put that there. Oh, shush. Oh, I know. Poor cat. Where's the sit? Now, so I've got that post-it note protecting those other flowers. And I'll show you what happens. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. But anyway. So I can peel this off and see how it's protected. The blue and the what is that colour? Crisp cantaloupe. Not one of my favourite colours, to be honest. I'm going to go and put a blue back up here. So clean this off. Again, might use this little mask. Let's line it up. Just got to get it in the right place. I know. That works. I know. So I can put the blue over that edge. It's a little hard. I know. Did you see who that was? Oh. Anyway. Well, I may have to lock it out, which doesn't go any better. I know. So I'll ink this up. This is the dark one. So we'll just put it there. Get the light one. I know. So I try and get those bits that are really clear to line up, that I can see them each and every time. Rightio. So I want to add some leaves. So I've got my 2 green leaves here, and again, I've marked them. Now, I should have had a little green leaf over here. I might still be able to get one in. But the dark, can you hear all those things falling off my desk? Wait a minute. I just got to go and relocate a cat. Come on. You cheeky thing. Come on. Hop down. Hop down. Ah. Yes. I know. You stay there. Rightio. So I have no idea. Oh, I know. I'm up to the green leaves. Now, Peaceful Pine here looks really quite pale. It's got a lot more definition than that. So I've protected my flower here. So wait a minute. This is the dark. I'm going to just put it off so it hides a little bit behind that flower. Then I'll do the light. If only you could see what Kiko was doing. thought I'd got away with this. So I've got that little one there. So I can peel this mask off. And now it's hiding behind that flower. And I'll do the same here. Just hide that off a little bit. Use the dark. Might only be able to put it on a little bit. This one. Step off. And this is only going to peek out just a smidgen. So take that off. I know. I really need, just to balance it, a little one in the corner here. There we go. So I've got something over here. I've got too big a space over there. And I might just have to put a tiny, tiny bit. Just clean this stamp set up and put some golden glow there. Doesn't this look, I mean, this is just such a pretty card. And you could put, I'm not even going to double this one up because I just need a little bit of colour there. You could do whatever your favourite colours were. So I'm going to leave that like that. I'm going to add later a sentiment. I'll cut this down. And I'm going to cut it down to where I don't like it. So I picked the sides that I like the least. So I'm cutting it to 3 3/4. Because I've got to leave that leaf there. So I'm going to cut a little bit off the top and just a smidgen off the bottom. So I'm cutting it down to 3 3/4. And then the other way, I think I've just got too much here. So I'm going to cut it down to 5 1/8. I know. How nice is that? I really like this. And it's kind of how it stamps. It really nicely muted. Hi, Glenda. Yes, Kiko is right here. Fortunately, she's looking for her time for attention, this is normally her time. But as you know, I've done this early. So how nice is, everything's been knocked by a pussycat, hasn't it? Anyway, we'll pop this up. Now Auntie Glenda's here, you better be good. Because she thinks you're always well behaved. And I'll click these off. In the bin. So this card took nearly just under 10 minutes, if you can believe that. How nice is that? So I would just, what will I add off those cards? Where's that? My favourite stamp set that I'm using tonight. An entire one. There it is. So maybe congratulations, because I can then use that. Oh, I haven't even used that one. I use a lot more congratulations because I use it for birthdays even now. So I'll use congratulations. Where's a little strip of paper? I'll use the hydrangea hue. I've got hydrangea blue on there, but it's hue. I don't know. Let's stamp this here. This is new stamp. See, let's see if we can get it to work properly. Now, what I do with a new stamp is I stamp it a few times with ink, then clean it up with a stamping scrub or a chamois, if that's all you have. Clean it to take any of the manufacturing oils on it. Now, so this is how it looked on the first one. So after I've done those few things, let's see if we can get it to look a little better. Let's put it down this end. That didn't work very well, did it? Oh, I've got a bump there, that's why. Still not looking great. We can do better than that. Come on. Oh, that's better. I know. Let's cut that. I missed a bit there. So who does two-step stamping? Hi, Tanya. Welcome. Hi, Glenda. I'll show you both cards in a second. And then I'll show you the failed card. Who would have guessed? I was doing one this afternoon. I had a big plan. But sometimes, how cute is that? I mean, I need to pop it up. So I need some of these. So who else does anyone else sometimes fail with their cards? I'm going to see if I can make it work with with a bit of a difference. Change things up a little bit so that works. Be glad to finish this packet of mini dimensionals. They were at the bottom of my craft bag. And I think they'd been there a long time. It's better. So let's put that just there. And I need some little gems on this somewhere. Let's just clean this up a little bit. Let's see what little gems I have. I only want little gems. I'll put some little butterflies, but these are nice. These are from the mini catalogue. They're called Dewdrop Embellishments. So let's add some of these. I'd only put 3 on, I think. Just something to, one, it fills in those spaces, but 2, hey, you, not you who are watching, you who shouldn't be on my craft desk. Rightio. So that's how it now looks. And on the inside, I'll stamp a flower as well. So my 2 cards are, we did the thank you one. Hang on, let's clean this up a little bit. Are these? Oh, that ink went through. So these are the 2 cards. And I really like them, and they're using, a stamp set that has a lot on it. So it's still, we only used 4 stamps. So we've got these leaves, you've got these buds, you've got this leaf and stem and those gorgeous sentiments, as well as that background. So there's a lot more I could have used. Are you ready for Are you ready for the less than perfect stamp set? The stamp project that I did first up. Wait a minute. We have a very funny cat here. This is the one that I did. And you see, kind of, I had an idea, and I like these strips, and I like these, except they're just too big for that design. And I kind of had to put it together to actually work out it was too big. So I've got to make a way of probably pulling it apart and working on a different plan. But that's why I was running a little late, because this card didn't actually work out like I wanted it to. But these did. So one with masking, and three, and how many colors? Four different colors. I didn't use the barely blush because it's a little light. Now that we do have some news, Stamping Up has released its hot foil system, and it will be available to everybody on Friday. Now, I actually have it here. I'm going to have a little play with it over the next few days, and I posted a video on how it works. It is such, I don't even know how to describe it, just something new that makes our cards really, really pop. You see this? Do you see this just rolling over somehow? Hmm. Hmm. Yes. Yes, Glenda. You know who's doing that. IDEO. On that note, if you've got any questions about the hot foil system, look at the video, send me a message. I've got a stamp class, which is a Christmas in July one, on the last Sunday of this month in the afternoon. So 1 to 4. I'll be posting the event details in the next couple of days. I'm going to bring you back up to so that you can see me. I know, going the wrong way here. Radio. Hopefully you're a little warmer than I am. You can see my jumper here. Hello, gorgeous girl. Yeah, I don't know who she's talking to. She must be talking to me, Kiko. Um, anyway, bye for now. I'm hoping that you're watching State of Origin with me. And if you're from Queensland, that you're barracking for Queensland. I hope everybody plays really well and everyone comes out safe. So, bye for now. I'll be back next week. You might see a hot foil system in action, I think, but we'll wait and see. Bye for now.